Okay, we are now live. All right, this is gonna be like the only time you hear me talk this game, most likely. Welcome to the game 4 of week 1, week 5, week 1 of the Path to
That
Glory,
won't be over here. That one's
yeah.
gonna be the 30.
And we actually have Sotek making his first appearance in this campaign, playing his Beastman. That is not his entire warband. Don't freak out. Um, versus Sir Roanoake leading the Stormcast. And I'm just gonna let them talk.
No, don't move it. Don't move it. I got it. Wait, we got mixed up. I was doing the blue side, and I think you also started doing the blue side. So now they're good. I'm gonna lock those in place. All right. So four objectives. Roll off. Winner chooses their territory. Alternate setting up one at a time. Must be set up wholly within your territory, more than 9 inches from the enemy. Whoever finishes first. Okay. No reserves are allowed in this battle. Player with the most victory points at the end of the 5th round wins. Score a victory point at the end of each of your turns for each objective you control. For each objective you control, you get 1 victory point if it's in your starting territory, and you get 3 victory points if it's in your opponent's territory, with the territory being the line there.
Okay, it's diagonal. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll to see who will deploy first. I got a 1. You got a 2, so you get to deploy first. Or you get to choose what side you want, and then deploy first. So you can either take this side and we could switch, or you can keep that side.
Let's just keep that side.
Okay, and then I just realized I need some music. There we go. All right, so you get to deploy first.
So first I'll deploy my lord.
When you're using push to talk, make sure you hold it down for longer than you're talking. Otherwise, it will cut you off at the end.
Okay, is that good?
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
And this is the first time I have played Beasts of Chaos, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little slow, because I have to double check things like 6,000 times.
Oh, don't worry. This is the first time I've played any Age of Sigmar.
Oh, okay. Well then, that'll work out just fine. So, let's see. So, if this is the very center of the diag, and I have to be at least, let's see, more than 9 inches away from enemy territory. Okay. I'm going to draw I'm going to try and draw a good line. I'm going to fail, but I'm going to try. Close enough. All right, so 9 inches. Oh, I have to set up my Hearthstone first, real quick. Wholly within my territory, more than 12 inches from enemy territory, more than 1 inch from any other terrain. Ooh, that's kind of tricky to pull off. Let's put it more than 12 inches from enemy territory. Let's put it there.
Okay.
Hearthstone. All right, so that's where your Lord of Queeler's going. Roanoke.
Hmm?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So my first unit, I'm going to put my Great Bray Shaman right here. And for his spell from the Lore of the Twisted Wilds, he is going to be running Titanic Fury.
Okay.
Your move.
Okay.
What does the
I'm
spell
gonna-
do, Sotek, for those of us that don't have the book?
Oh, so Titanic Fury goes off on a 7. I pick a friendly Beast of Chaos monster within 12, and it gives them +1 attacks to all of their melee weapons. Which in the case of like a Shaggoth is a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna grab my Vanguard Hunters.
Okay.
And
Looks like some of your guys became detached from their bases. I would delete those 3 and just copy the 2 that have bases. Get you back up behind.
okay.
That can happen sometimes.
Okay.
On my end, they're like even the ones with the bases are like their bases are sinking into the table, which is kind of weird.
On mine, they're fine. These 2 here.
Yeah. All of the Paladors are sinking into the table on my end.
Well, it'll be okay.
Yeah. I just assumed it was a graphical glitch.
Let's see if this works now.
What in the world? You can hit F and it'll flip them over.
Roanoke, in the top right next to menu, there's a dude lifting a thing. Click on that and move the bar up so you lift your guys higher off the table so they don't just like run into the board and stuff and like get flipped over.
Got it.
There you go.
Thank you. Now I need to do some little bit of measuring.
Oh yeah, you're probably gonna want to turn your height up, like a good bit. Maybe not that much, but yeah.
Just think of the Stormcast jumping really, really high.
they spend a lot of time practicing their long jumps.
Yep.
All right, you good? Most of these guys are shooty Stormcasts, right?
Yeah, these are the shooty movement shenanigan Stormcast.
they're okay in a fight, but they're carrying a pistol and an axe essentially instead of.
And this is not the preferred way to play Stormcast, but I like Vanguard, so. And I'm gonna just move these guys.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll be thinking. Oh yeah, the other thing that's worth noting is whenever you want to pick up a model, it for these like 2D guys, you want to click and drag to highlight the full model. Otherwise, you might accidentally grab just part of the model, and they'll come detached.
Oh yeah, I see they're kind of separate. Yeah.
Yeah, the model and the base are two different pieces.
Which sucks. That's why the 3D models are so much better, because they are one whole piece. But unfortunately, the modders tend not to do 3D stuff. It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
And
Okay,
most of these mods were made by one guy, anyways.
Right. I'm gonna put both of my. I've got a unit of 2 Chaos Spawn, and they're gonna go right there.
Oh. Okay. And then, so then. Okay, now for the Paladors. Which are drowning in table at the moment.
How many are there supposed to be?
3.
3? Okay. Here, let me see if I can free them from their table prison real quick. And there they go. Much better.
It's very weird that they're doing that. I have not seen many models doing that.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
They're right there. Yep, they're gonna go over there.
Okay. Think. I'm downloading your guys' war scrolls real quick. That way I don't have to pester you with questions. What are the guys on foot? The Vanguard Hunters?
Yeah, I can go over there before we start.
Oh yeah. we'll definitely do that. I'm just downloading them so that I can quick reference it without having to pause every 5 seconds.
Sure.
All right, and you will need to change where the pound doors are because they need to be at least 9 inches away from the middle from that line.
Oh.
Close enough. Good. All right. Good. And you can adjust them if you need to. All right. So let's throw down. So you're going to get to choose who goes first. So let's put. See, I've got that objective under control. Let's put Big Daddy over here. So that's Tark, my Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, and for his spell, he has Hailstorm, which Hailstorm goes off on a 6, has a 21-inch range, and if he successfully casts it on you, he halves your movement, your run rolls, and your charge rolls until my next hero phase.
Okay. Got it.
And then you've already finished deploying, so I'll throw down my next thing. So I'm going to put down my Jabberslife behind this building.
Okay.
Which is deadly, so I'm going to make sure I'm at least an inch away from it. No reason to take free damage. There we go. All right.
Can we just... What are all the terrain pieces?
Okay, so all the terrain pieces will have a little symbol next to it, and for this battle, the relevant ones are that house is deadly, which means that if most of all of these only apply if you're within an inch of them.
Also,
deadly
before you begin, Sotek, there is a table right here, off to the side. It's the smaller one of the two.
Oh yeah.
It's right there for your future reference after he's finished going over it.
It's over here.
Also, do you want to do the Realmscape features? We've been kind of not always doing them so far. Just because everyone forgets them anyways.
I don't think we need to worry about that for this one.
Okay.
Maybe the next one, but I think that's gonna add a whole nother layer.
Yeah, that's why we haven't really been doing them.
Here, I'll put this over here for your benefit in your zone. But these are the terrain rules. So all of them only apply for within an inch, and if you want to see what any of the terrain things are, you can just like zoom in and look. And actually, I'll change their names real quick.
Okay.
That way, it's easy to tell. And I may spell things wrong, but I don't care. There we go. Oh, I forgot the fountain. All right, so would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'm going to go first.
All right, then it is turn 1, which we will keep track of on the center dial here. We'll keep track of command points, or not command points, but victory points. Actually, yeah, we can do command points. There's your command point dial. This will be my command point dial. And we'll just draw the victory points on our table side. So yours is over here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you generate a command point at the start of the turn. So you go up to 1.
Okay. And so should I go over my what the different units do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or... So we have the Lord of Quelor, who he's got a missile attack that's 3 up, 1 damage, 9-inch range. 4 attacks. He has his blade, his starbound blade, 1-inch, 3 attacks, 3 up, -1 rend, 2 damage. His hand axe, which is 2 attacks, no rend, and the mount, which is 3 attacks, 3 up, -2 rend, and 1 damage. That ability doesn't matter. And so then his ability, so he has Ride the Wind's Aetheric, which is that in the movement phase he can roll 66 to move, and he has to move and he has to be able to land more than 3 inches in it for any models.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then he also, if the Griff Chargers hit roll is a 6, then it does a mortal wound.
Okay.
And his command ability is Lord of the Azurite Hurricane, which basically lets you ambush a unit. It lets you pick up a unit and set it up wholly within 6 inches of any edge of the battlefield and more than 7 inches of any enemy units.
Okay.
This is the Stormcast. So they have 3 attacks. They have 2 attacks with their pistol, 3 up, 4 up, 1 damage, 9-inch range, and they also have their axes, which is 2 attacks, damage, and they can run and shoot. And
nice. Okay.
And the Paladors, they have the same pistol, so it's 3 up, 4 up, 1 damage, 2 attacks, and they also have another range. Oh no, they don't have the pistol. I'm sorry. They have the Javelin, which is 1 attack, 3 up, 1 damage, and they also has melee attack, which is 1 attack, 4 up, 3 up, -1 rend, 1 damage at a 2-inch range.
Okay.
And also since they have the same mount as the general, so they also do mortal wounds on a hit roll of a 6, and they can ride the Wind's Aetheric as well. And then the Palador Prime, who will be the middle guy, he can do a mortal wound on a 2 up to an enemy unit that's within 1 inch.
Okay. All right, so first up is your hero phase. So if there's anything that happens in your hero phase, or if you have any spells to use, now is when you would do that, but I don't believe you have any wizards.
Nope, I do not.
Okay. And, this would be a good moment to note. If you want to control an objective, you need to make sure that you have someone within 6 inches of it. Once you control an objective, you don't have to babysit it. You can go wherever. It just makes it easier for an enemy to claim it. So if you want to get your objectives, you do need to run somebody within 6 by the end of the movement phase to cap it, essentially.
And is that within or wholly within?
Just within, not wholly within.
Okay.
And you seem vaguely familiar with the rules, so you know about running and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm vaguely. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that. I have never played, but I do kind of follow.
Okay, great. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Thanks. So first, I'm going to move the hunters back to be within 6 inches of.
Oh, and if you ever need to measure when you pick up a unit, if you hold down tab, it'll show you the ruler and stuff, which is great for moving models.
Thanks.
Oh, just make sure not to right click. Otherwise, everyone will fuse together.
It also does that if you like move them really fast because the software thinks you're rolling dice.
Getting them unstuck is a little tricky. 1 second.
Sorry about that.
They have fused into a Stormcast spawn.
I know how to fix it. Just give me a second.
It's the new model. Sigmar decided he needed. Wasn't enough to have Chaos Warriors. He needed.
Put your mouse over where they currently are. There you go. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, and do they have some kind of unit champion? Which one do you want it to be? That one? Okay. So what we do for unit champs to make it easy is if you just scroll over them, right click, and then if you see where at the bottom where it says Vanguard Hunter, just add onto that text whatever the title of the champion is, and then hit enter. Which in their case would be a prime. So I would just put prime at the end of it.
Okay. So now I'm going to move the Lord Aquilor.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a 14-inch move, right? Here, I'll hold this down for you. That way you can see where the 6-inch mark is.
He's got a 12-inch move.
He's got 12. Okay. So this is where you need to be to get within 6. Yeah, he's got plenty of movement to pull that off. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. And the Paladors.
The kitty cats. Oh wait, no, they're birds. Never mind.
Aren't the kitty.
They're discount demigriffs.
They're demigriffs that can fly. Let's see.
Because that doesn't sound nightmarish at all.
They can, well, more like they transform into magic and teleport. So let's see. I'm not gonna move them fully. I just want to get them within range of the Shaggoth.
Remember correctly, the metaphor the battle tome uses is actually they surf the winds of magic.
Well,
So they're Californian.
All of them having backwards baseball caps and wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, they're Californian demigriffs, I guess.
If you ever want to get precise movements, hold down your right click and bring it and drag it so that you're seeing straight down. And you always want to measure from the edge of a base.
1 second. Hold down your right click.
So if you hold down right click and drag like towards you as a person, it'll move the camera so that you see vertically. Yeah, and then you measure from the edge of the base. If you're looking for like precise measurements.
Oh, okay, fine.
Because otherwise it will like measure at an angle or whatnot.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah.
Oh, and if you ever wanted to change the facing of a unit, when you pick up a unit, you can roll your mouse wheel, and it'll like change the direction of their facing. Here you go. You have one 18-inch range? A little more. There you go. And one thing you'll want to get in the practice of, which I encourage for everybody who's doing Tabletop Simulator, is that when you pick up a unit, just hold down tab the entire time. Because that'll get you in the habit of measuring with the unit, which just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. Okay, that's my movement phase.
Okay, so next is the shooting phase.
Yeah, so,
I assume you want to throw some javelins at me.
yeah, so the Paladors are gonna throw their javelins. And so that's 3 attacks.
Lore-wise, this would never work because you're throwing lightning at a dragon ogre. But thankfully, Tabletop doesn't care about that.
Yeah, I was actually pretty disappointed there wasn't a rule for eating lightning.
No 2-up save like you used to.
Yeah.
I always remember that time when I think it was you were playing Jacob and it was like warp lightning cannons firing at the dragon ogres. And it's like, oh yeah, that roll that never happens comes up.
Alright, so 1 hit. And you're also going to make your life a lot easier if you highlight the die and just hit R like 3 or 4 times. Don't pick it up, just highlight it. Or you could do that. So like, if I just highlight over it, hit R, see, it's beautiful. So give it like a man's roll.
Okay, so you saved that?
No,
Or should I-
no. What do you need to wound?
Okay.
So roll that 1 die. There you go. All right, a 4. So it does wound.
Okay, there we go.
And it has. Let's see. What's your rend? -1.
-1.
All right. So my Shaggoth has a save of. He has a 4-up save, so that's going to go to a 5-up. So I need a 5 or higher to save. And I get it, so he's fine.
Okay, cool.
All right. So is that all you're shooting for this turn?
Nothing else is in range, so.
Okay. So next would be the charge phase. Do you want to charge with anything?
I'm not in range, I don't think of anything. So,
Okay. So then we'd go to battle phase, but there's nobody fighting. Then we'd go to battle shock, but nobody died. So now it's my turn.
Okay.
All right. So at the start of the turn, I generate a command point. Boop. And then I generate a... Actually, I can make a copy of this. Beautiful. I generate my beast herd points, which will be this dial here. So I get 1 just for having a herd stone with the character next to it. Then I can make a sacrificial attack against my Chaos Spawn, which I'm going to do with my Great Bray Shaman. So he'll do D3 wounds to them, and for every wound I do, I gain a Primordial Call point.
Okay.
I deal 1 wound to them. So a Chaos Spawn takes a wound, and I gain a primordial call point.
Okay.
And they have 5 wounds each, so I'm going to take it off this guy. All right. So in my hero phase, I now do the following. So first, I have the Creatures of the Storm passive, which is that all of my Thunderscorn units, which are Dragon Ogres, like my Shaggoth, I roll a d6 for him, and as long as I'm at more than 3 inches away from an enemy unit, I will move that many inches towards the nearest enemy unit.
Okay.
So I roll a d6, and I get a 1, so I move 1 inch towards these guys.
Okay.
Oh, and you got 2 command points. So I'm just going to draw. Actually, you can draw it, but draw. If you look in the top left, the pen, you can grab the pen where it says draw. Hover over it, go to draw, and just draw a big 2 on your side of the table. And that'll be your victory points. Perfect. All right. So next is for me is magic. So I'm going to start off with the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. If I'm within 21 inches, which I am, I'm going to cast Hailstorm on your Vanguard Palindors.
Okay.
This needs a 6 to go off. So I roll 2d6. And I got an 8, so it successfully goes off, so you get hit by a Hailstorm.
Ooh.
So we will mark it with this icon. So that means until my next hero phase, all of your movement is halved. All right, and then for my Great Bray Shaman, I can cast one more spell. So what do I want to cast with him? That's the real question. Herm. Let's see. Let's see, you're out of range of my usual spells. Let's see, am I within 18 inches? I am. All right, so I'm going to cast Mystic Shield on my Jabberslythe. This needs a 6 to go off, and if it does, it lets the Jabberslythe reroll 1s when making save rolls.
Okay.
Got an 11, goes off. So he has a Mystic Shield, which we will use that to represent. Alright, so that's the end of my hero phase. Because I don't think Shaggoths have a command ability, if I recall correctly. No, they don't. Okay. So, next is movement. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my Chaos Spawn. They have a random move of 2d6. So they can move up to 12.
Oh.
Great, but unnecessary. So they're going to move within 1 inch of this Mystic Wall. And the reason I'm going to do that is because when my Bray Shaman sacrifices them, he deals what's called mortal wounds. But the Mystic Wall will give me a 6-up save against mortal wounds. So they have a very, very small chance to not get hurt.
Okay.
But then again, if they don't get hurt, I don't get the points. So now that I think about it, never mind.
Okay.
I would rather them get hurt. Okay, so regular, non-random movement now. I'm going to move my Jabberslythe. He has a movement of 12. So he's going to fly over here. And he can fly, so he can hop over that house, no problem. And I have to stay at least 3 inches away from you.
I imagine a Jabberslith flying is not the most graceful looking thing.
No, it is not graceful in the slightest. Fun fact: in fantasy, I don't even think it could fly, but it can in AOS.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Okay, and I did finish a normal move within an inch of that deadly terrain, so I do have to roll a d6, and on a 1, I take d3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Hopefully, I don't roll a 1. Okay. Good. I was puckering there for a second. Alright, so next for my Shaggoth, I'm going to move my Shaggoth 8 inches.
Okay.
Well, maybe 8. So that's how far he could move if he moves 8, but I need to stay within 6 inches of the objective. Yep, okay.
Okay.
Alright, and the Bray Shaman is within 6 inches of that objective. That's great. Okay, so now it's the end of my movement phase. This is normally when I would be able to summon a unit on the table, but I don't have enough primordial call points yet. So next is the shooting phase. So I do have some shooting. I don't believe Shaggoths can shoot, if memory serves correctly. No, they can't, but the Jabberslith can. The Jabberslith has a slithy tongue that he shoots. So the slithy tongue, it hits on a 3, wounds on a 3, and has 1 attack. So rolling to hit. 2, he misses. All the sad face. Alright, so that's it for shooting. Now it's the charge phase. So my Jabberslith is going to declare a charge. So I get 2d6, and I need anything that's not double 1. So he can move up to 7 inches. So I'm going to move him... Let's go... Let's go right there.
Okay.
All right, now the question is, do I charge the Shaggoth to try and get in all the goodie kills? So I would need a 7 to get to you. And if I could wipe that unit out really fast, I would be really happy. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and go for it.
Okay.
So he needs at least a 7 to make it to you. And he gets it on a 10.
Okay.
So he's going to go right, see, up to 10. I'm going to put him right here.
Okay.
Which means I won't get to claim that objective, but that's okay. I'm willing to notice that. All right.
Sure.
So next up is the charge phase. Or sorry, the combat phase. And because it's my turn, I get to choose a unit to swing with first. And I'm going to swing with my Shaggoth first.
Okay.
So, first thing is he gets 3 attacks with his Stormwrought Axe. So I get 3 attacks. I need 3s to hit and 3s to wound. Needing 3s. Oh, yikes. And then needing 3s. Okay, so I get 1 wound at -1 rend.
Okay. Wait. What was the end on that?
-1.
Okay.
Remember to hover and hit R. What's your save?
These guys have a 4-up save, so that was -1 rend, so they do not save that.
Okay. And
so they
then
take-
it does 3 damage.
So one of these guys takes three wounds.
Okay.
So how do we note that?
Yep. So just highlight one of them. Make sure you highlight the full model. Right click on him, and you'll see a text box at the bottom, and just type in however many wounds he has left / whatever his maximum is. You can see it on my chaos spawn down by the Hearthstone, how I did it.
Okay, there we go. So that's that.
Okay. And my next attack is his sweeping tail, which does D3 attacks. Ooh, 3. I'll take it.
Okay.
So the sweeping tail needs 4s to hit and 3s to wound. So 4s, 2 hits, and then 3s, 2 wounds, no rend.
2 wounds with no rend. Okay.
Correct. So you saved 1. So you take 1 damage.
I apologize to everyone on the recording. I had a thing with my cat. He was being a goof, so I had to go deal with him.
That guy has 1 wound left.
Okay, and then my last attack are my taloned forelimbs. I get 2 attacks, needing 3s to hit, 3s to wound.
Okay.
Hit both. Wound both at -1 rend.
So I need 5s.
Okay. Alright, you saved 1, so you take 1 wound.
Okay, so this guy is dead.
Alright. And whenever a model dies, just move them back because we keep track of that for the battle shock phase. Alright, now it is your turn to swing. So you can pile in to attack. You have a 3-inch pile in, which means you can move a model up to 3 inches to have them swing at somebody.
Okay. So...
However,
These guys
the
have-
prime is in a bit of a sticky spot because whenever you do a pile-in move, you
Yeah.
cannot, if you're equal distant between 2 models, which we have to check here. So you're 2 inches away from the Shaggoth, and you're 2.3 away from the Jabberslite. So the thing with him is he could move to attack the... Wait, I guess he's not equal distance, so he would have to pile in to attack the Shaggoth. But here's the tricky part about that. If he piles in to attack the Shaggoth, if you want to like try and get some wounds there,
Yeah.
if by the end of the turn the 2 characters are still separated by more than an inch distance, then you pick one of them and they just die. But he cannot.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
But he cannot pile in towards the Jabberslite because the Jabberslite is not the closest model.
Sotek, clarifying, designer commentaries actually talks about this. In this case, he does not pile in at all because you cannot be forced into separating your unit to the point where it would die in the battle shock phase.
Okay, great. So in that case, he can just stay where he is.
Yes.
Yeah. So... One second. So... Let me just, see something here.
That being said, you do have a 2-inch range, so you can poke the Jabberslite with your javelin.
Yes, I'm going to attack the Jabberslite. So...
The bird for the prime won't be able to reach, but his javelin will.
That's true. So... So let's start with we'll start with the javelins.
Okay.
It's 2 attacks.
Okay. Do you need to? Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
Both hit.
Awesome. And then you need 3s to wound.
Yep.
1 wound.
At
Alright,
one
alright.
at -1 rend.
Okay. So that's gonna knock the Jabberslite. So he's gonna have a 6-up save, but he rerolls 1s because he has Mystic Shield.
Okay.
Nope. So he takes a wound.
Okay. And then so then one bird will attack. So attacks.
Okay. And after your guys are done swinging, as a note, for every wound the Jabberslite takes, he has acidic blood. So for every wound he takes on a 4-up, he deals a mortal wound.
Oh, okay.
But that'll happen once you're done attacking.
Oh, okay, fine. So 2 hits.
Okay. Two wounds.
2 wounds. -2 rend.
Okay, so I just don't get a save.
Yeah, 1 damage. You roll the acidic blood, or what?
I roll it. Alright, so I took 3 wounds. So on a 4-up, I deal a mortal wound back to you. You take 2 mortal wounds.
Oof.
Alright, and, and whenever you're noting the wounds, make sure you put it in the... When you highlight a model and right-click on it, you'll notice there's 2 places you can enter text. There's a description line, and then the line above that. Put the wounds in the line above that. That way it displays when you scroll over the models. If that makes sense. Perfect. All right. So that's it for all those goodies. So now it is the battle shock phase. You lost 1 model, but your bravery 7, so it's impossible for you to fail. So that's the end of the turn. So that's the end of the battle round. So now we're heading into battle round 2, and I gain 1 objective point.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and give myself a big fat 1. All right. So we're going into turn 2.
Roll off time.
Yeah.
And we roll off. In the event of a tie, you get to choose. You get to go first.
Oh wait, never mind. The Shaggoth's not hurt.
All right, I got a 5. What'd you get?
You got a 5.
All right, so you won the roll off because you would not be doing a double turn. And if my Shaggoth was wounded, at this point he would heal because of a special ability he has, but he's not damaged, so nothing happens.
Yep.
All right, so it is your turn. So first it's your hero phase. So
Yeah.
you generate a command point.
Yep.
So you just hit the little plus button. All right,
There you
and then if you have anything that happens in the hero phase, now is the time to do it. And if not, then feel free to hop to your movement phase whenever.
Nothing that happens, because
Okay.
his command ability doesn't happen. Okay, so with the Paladors, they're going to... So are they still under the effects of the spell?
Yes, until my next hero phase.
Okay. So let me see. Tough to make put this thing on. Because the Ride the Winds Etheric still counts as a move, it's not a teleport, so it's not like we'd get around that. Yeah, I'm still gonna do it. Okay, so I'm gonna. So the Paladors are gonna ride the Winds Etheric. So they're gonna roll, and that will be their movement, or well, halved because of the spell.
Okay, and that can count as a normal move
So
because since they're in combat, they have to do what's called a retreat if they want to move.
you are correct. Yes.
So if it counts as a normal move, then you can do it. But if it doesn't, then they cannot use that as an option.
Let's see. No, it says instead of moving normally, so that, yeah. So that's not a normal move.
Okay.
Okay, so, do I want to stay in combat? Yeah, so I want to retreat anyways.
Okay. So, and we can get rid of this dude back here. So the way a retreat move works is you can move your normal movement, though you've got the hailstorm on you, so it's cut in half. and you can go anywhere you want. You just at the end of your move, you have to be at least 3 inches away from all enemies. If that's not possible, then you cannot retreat. Which you can. You just might have to move backwards.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do here.
And then proceed to shoot me in the face a bunch. Though, unless you have a rule stating otherwise. Wait, can you retreat and shoot at the same turn? Or can only certain units do that?
I believe that's actually a rule for some units, so I don't think you can.
Okay. I'll double check it just in case. But...
Let's be a little bit cautious here. Okay, there we go.
Okay, they cannot shoot or charge, but they can use a run if you want to try and get some extra movement. Which a run just adds d6.
Actually, yes, let's do that.
Okay, the d6 will be cut in half, but still, every inch counts, right?
Yeah. So... One second.
All right, a 5, so you get. I would assume it rounds up, so you can move up to 3.
Yeah. I believe the rolls always round up.
Okay, so... Okay. Now... I'm going to... Okay. Not that. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm gonna have the Lord of Quelor ride the winds Aetheric,
Okay.
and so that's 66.
If you ever need more dice, you can just Control C, Control V to get like big piles of it if you need.
He is booking it.
10, 15, 20, 24.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna go.
Assassinate the Bray Shaman.
I ain't scared of you. Bring it.
You probably should be.
Let's see. Actually, let's.
Just so you're aware, the Hearthstone does have a radiating aura that reduces the save of anyone that gets within a certain distance. And every turn of mine, it adds 6 inches to that distance. So my upcoming turn is going to have a 12-inch bubble where it reduces saves by 1 for non-Beasts of Chaos.
Okay. He's gonna be there, and okay, that is the movement phase.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Not moving the hunters.
No, I'm gonna leave the hunters there.
Okay. Next up is the shooting phase.
Okay, phase. Start with him, and Lord Aquilor, his heavy bolt storm pistol. That's 80.
Okay, you can either shoot my Brace Shaman or you can shoot my Chaos Spawn.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot the Bray Shaman.
Note, the Bray Shaman is at -1 to hit because
No,
of
he's
lookout.
not.
Look out, sir.
I need at least 3 models.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 4 attacks. Okay, that's 3 hits.
Okay.
Two wounds.
Alright, what's
No
the
rend.
rend?
No rend.
Okay, so the Great Bray Shaman has a 6-up save, and since I'm within 1 inch of mystical terrain, I will get another 6-up save. So my first one.
Okay.
Nope. Second one. Hey! So I take 1 wound.
Okay, so now okay, so the Paladors are gonna shoot the they're gonna throw their spears at the Jabberslay.
They can't because they retreated. Unless they have a
good
rule
point.
that says otherwise.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct. So that is my turn.
Alright. So combat, nothing happens. Battle shock, nothing happens. So then it's my turn. So start of the hero phase. I generate a...
One second.
Oh,
I
go
meant
ahead.
sorry. So the charge phase, right?
Huh?
Don't I get to charge?
What do you want to charge?
So the Lord Aquilor, he's gonna try to.
He cannot because he rode the Winds Etheric.
Oh, good point. You're right. Okay, so you're right. So then your turn then.
Okay. So I generate a Primordial Call Point just for existing. Then I'm going to sacrifice D3 Chaos Spawn Wounds. Something big. A 2.
Okay.
So this Chaos Spawn goes down to 2 wounds. Left, and I have 5 primordial call points, which means it's summoning time.
I feel like
But that happens at the end of my movement
I
phase.
feel like all the monsters in Sotek's warband are a distraction, so this dude can do his thing.
That is the hope. At this point, my Jabberslithe would be doing all of his spooky stuff in the hero phase, but he can't because you ran away, which makes me sad. So next up is magic. So the Great Bray Shaman. See, your Lord Aquila doesn't have a ton of wounds, so he's going to Arcane Bolt your Lord Aquila in the face.
Okay.
So this needs at least a 5 to go off.
Okay.
It goes off, so you take 1 more to wound.
Okay.
As a true Tyranids player, Sotek's entire warband is a distraction card effects.
For the Shaggoth, so this effect is gone now. And the Shaggoth is tricky. Because on one hand, I could hit myself with a lightning bolt and juice myself up.
I forgot he can do that.
Or I could throw another hailstorm at you to make your life hard. And I'm really on the fence about which one is the best option.
We could always do the Kolek decision, roll a d6, and on a 1 you blast yourself, and on the 2+ you throw it, you
Dude,
cast it the other guy.
I feel to have that ability. Oh, wait, first things first. Shaggoth moves d6 inches towards the nearest enemy unit. 2 inches.
Slowly but steady.
Okay.
Alright, so for spell, yeah, I'm going to throw another hailstorm on the Paladors. So this needs 6 to go off. Get stormed! There you go.
Okay.
Alright, that is it for the hero phase. So now we're on to the movement phase. Chaos Spawn are just going to sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
My Great Bray Shaman is just going to squeeze himself. Actually, you know what? They are going to move. So they can protect Daddy a little better.
Okay.
I'm appreciating the irony of the movement halving spell being represented by a run marker.
Protect the Bray Shaman!
Protect the president!
Yeah. Regular movement. Let's move the Jabberslithe. His... Oh god, how far can he move again? Down to 0, down to 0.
I'm now picturing a bunch of Chaos Spawn in suits being the Secret Service.
Oh, and he no longer has... let's see. Where's my Jabberslithe? There he is. He's movement 12. Okay. So he is going to flap his butt over here, but stay out of 3 inches. Perfect.
Okay.
Alright. He'll hang out right here.
Okay.
And then the Shaggoth is going to run 8 until he gets out just outside of 3. Easy peasy. Alright. At the end of the movement phase, I can summon a unit.
Okay.
So let's summon. See, I have 5 points to mess around with. I could summon a monster, or I could summon something cheap. Let's summon something cheap for the moment. So I'm gonna spend 3 points, and I'm going to summon. Hold on a second. Let me check the rules on 2 units to see which one I want.
Okay.
For those wondering, that's what all these models off to the side are for.
I am going to summon a Tuskor Chariot.
Oh dear.
I can summon him anywhere on the table as long as it's 6 inches. At least he's within 6 inches of the table edge, and more than 9 inches away from an enemy model. So that's where he's going to come out.
Okay.
So I have 2 points left, which I can't do on it. It's too cheap for me to summon anything else. So we are on to the shooting phase, and I'm going to shoot my tongue at the Vanguard Palador again.
Okay.
So I need 3 of 3. Hit. Wound. Let's see. The Jabberslide tongue has a rend of -1.
Spooky tongue.
So you need a 5-up. Nope. And it does D3 damage. 1 damage.
Okay. So it's just the guy, yeah.
Alright, then it's the charge phase. Jabberslide is going to charge. He gets 2d6. He gets a 5. Good enough. He's going to go park his butt right there.
Okay.
And then the Shaggoth is also going to charge for a 5, which is all that he needs. He's going to park his butt right there. That's it for the charge phase. So going into the combat phase, I'm actually going to use a command point for for some of my dudes. I have 2 command points. So let's use yada yada yada. Okay, I'm going to use all-out attack on my Shaggoth, which is going to allow him to reroll 1s to hit.
Okay.
And I'm going. That'll be it.
Okay.
So I spend a command point, which puts me back down to 1 because I forgot to give myself one earlier. And then we're on to combat. So I will start swinging with the Shaggoth. So I get 3 attacks, needing 3s to hit, 3s to wound, rerolling 1s on to hits.
Not Kolak TM is swinging in.
Reroll the 1. And he gets a 2. So he misses 2, and then 3s to wound. Boom! Alright, so he misses with all of his axes. Then I get D3 sweeping tail attacks.
Okay.
2 of them, needing 4s to hit. Get to reroll the 1s. So he hits with both, and then he needs 3s to wound. 2 wounds, no rend. So you need a 4-up.
Okay.
Save 1, so you take 1 damage. And then last are my Taloned Forelimbs, which are 3s and 3s. Get to reroll 1s. Hit with both. 1 wound, -1 rend. So you need a 5-up.
How many wounds does the Shaggoth have?
Saved it. The Shaggoth has 10 wounds.
Okay.
None of the no Beastman monsters degrade.
Oh,
They're all just straight wound fighters.
interesting.
Alright,
And scary.
So that's it for me. So it's your swing.
Okay, so let's see here.
1 on each, I take it?
They're pretty much
Yeah,
in
let's
base to base, so they kind of have to swing that way.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so the Paladin to the Shaggoth.
Okay.
First with his spear. That's a hit. And a wound at -1.
I just realized I never attacked with my Jabberslide in close combat last round, but that's okay. That's my fault. All right, so I got a 5-up to save. Saved it. Tarok is tough.
Okay, and then with the Griff Charger is gonna have 3 attacks.
Okay.
Don't forget the lunar blade of the Prime.
Yeah.
mortal wound. Ouch.
No, the mortal wound is a separate thing.
I know, but
Oh,
you
no.
rolled 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. So he does 3 mortal wounds then.
I mean, 1 mortal wound.
One mortal wound.
Oh, 1 mortal wound?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, 1/6.
Your
You're right.
Paladors have the baby version. Alright, but 2 hits, so finish those 2. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
So -2, so I need 6s to save.
Yeah.
Save 1, I'll take it.
Okay. And so, and then I'll just do the Lunar Blade on the Prime.
Okay.
So on a 2-up, you take another mortal wound.
Okay.
As he just shanks you.
Take a
That'll
mortal
do it,
wound.
I'll do it.
Now the other guy is gonna slice. So first with the spear.
Can't believe I forgot to swing with my fucking monster. So sad. Alright, so that's a miss.
Yeah.
The chicken.
Not exactly your finest moment, Sotek.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay, I'll just pretend it was a legitimate, or a determined handicap.
Okay, that's 2 hits.
Okay.
And 1 wound.
Okay, and
Minus 2.
he will not get a save. So oops. I did not.
Peanut Gallery says, "Don't worry, the Jabberslythe was just sleepy."
Alright, he takes a wound, which means he activates his acidic blood. On a 4-up, you take a mortal wound. You take a mortal wound.
Okay, so he's dead.
Alright. And then Jabberslythe's turn to swing, which I remember this time. He's gonna pile in,
Okay.
and he gets... I can't believe I forgot this. He gets 6 attacks
Okay.
that are actually devastating. So he gets 6 attacks. He hits and wounds on 3s. Well, not if I roll like that. And then he wounds on 3s. 2 wounds at -2 rend.
Okay.
Probably would have killed the fucking chickens if I remembered to swing with them.
So 2 wounds at -2 rend, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so...
And those do 1 damage.
Okay. So he's 3 wounds left.
Okay, and then he gets his spiked tail, which needs a 4 to hit. Got it. And then a 3 to wound. Nope. Alright, and that's it. So, Battleship, you're fine. So, it is now time for our roll-off. You break ties. I got a 4.
Okay.
So you got a 50-50 chance. Ooh, the double turn.
Mm.
Oh, and at the end of my turn, because I took your objective from you,
Yeah.
and I have one of my own, I get 4 victory points, which puts me at 5.
Okay.
Also, you should be at 4.
Ah, yeah.
Alright, so start of my turn. I get a command point. We're on turn 3.
That is indeed
I
a 5.
generate a primordial beast point. And I'm going to sacrifice some more Chaos Spawn blood for the Dark Gods. Ooh, 3! So I kill one of my Chaos Spawn.
Except for Sotek, check and see if that dude's within an inch now.
He's not, because I
Okay.
deliberately measured it.
Okay.
This guy loses another wound.
That is one really derpy Chaos Spawn model.
You rolled.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't use one of the actual ones instead of it's literally a orc kit
Yeah.
bashed with some like rat ogre parts. I
Yep.
don't know what the fuck.
I know. It's really weird.
So that's gonna put me at 6 primordial call points. It's about to get spicy in here.
Okay.
Should I start playing the Monster Mash for the viewers?
Next up is magic. My Shaggoth is going to call down a Thunderbolt upon himself. Also, you are no longer slowed. Nope. Summon... Oh, wait. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. Summon the lightning! I need a 7. Oh, got it. So I hit myself with a lightning bolt, which means I heal D3 wounds. I heal 3 wounds, so I'm back to full health. Oh, I love it. And I get to re-roll failed wound rolls until for the next combat phase.
Okay.
Oh no, until my next hero phase, even better. Alright, Jabberslythe. Jabberslythe has a special ability for all units within 6 inches, which I think is... Oh, it's both your units. So
Yeah.
I roll for each unit,
Yeah.
and on a 6, they cannot do anything.
Yeah, I read that.
So the Palandor Prime, 6 up. Oh, he is struck by madness.
Yep.
And the Varangard,
Varangard, what the?
whatever. They're fine. They don't care.
Slight difference there.
Next up, the Great Bray Shaman is gonna throw another arcane bolt into your face.
Okay.
Give me a 10 plus. Nah, 1 more wound. Then I think that's it for the hero phase. Yep. All right. So movement phase. The Tuskor Chariot is going to merrily ride his way forward, epically into combat, singing about Valhalla and whatever.
It's a very
Norse beastman, apparently.
Interesting beastman.
Nurgle gives strange blessings. If I could find the freaking page that has the chariot on it, there it is. So it has a 10-inch move. So
I'm annoyed you picked Nurgle as your keyword, not Slanesh Sotek, because I get a champion buff that only that gets even better if it's if against Slanesh.
Well, too bad. I decided to go with Nurgle, which should have been obvious.
Yeah, I know. You always go with Nurgle because you're boring.
And run
Okay.
6 inches. Nice.
Can they run in church?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's see. Nah, he can reroll charges, and he's really good against units that have a lot of models. All right. Shaggoth and Jabberslythe are just gonna chill out. Chaos Spawn and the Bray Shaman. Actually, they're gonna move a little bit. Bray Shaman's gonna back up to like here, and the Chaos Spawn is gonna move 2d6. Just enough to plug that hole.
Okay.
Into the movement phase, I get to summon something with 6 glorious points.
Okay.
So for 6 points, I will summon. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to summon a unit of 10 Bestigors, which will cost me all 6 points.
That's a little spooky.
Just a tad.
And they're going to come on 9 inches away. But they have to be within 6 inches of the table edge, which they are. Perfect. Alright, and I will designate which models are the unit champs and such here in just a second. I'll do that during your turn. Alright, so I'm out of primordial points, but that's fine. Charge phase. No, shooting phase. Jabberslythe is going to shoot his tongue.
Okay.
Double 3 up. Hits. Wounds, -1 rend.
Who's he shooting at?
He has to shoot the closest model. Well, he doesn't have to, but he has to shoot. If you're in combat with someone, you have to shoot them.
Oh, okay, fine. So, do you still get a save even though he's maddened?
Yeah, you still get a save.
Okay. So that he does not save.
Okay, and it does D3. 2 wounds. Alright, and then we are off to the charge phase. So the Bestigors are going to charge the Vanguard Hunters. They're
Okay.
9 inches away, so they need at least a 9.
Okay.
Oh my god, they got it. Truly, Nurgle is triumphant this day.
Hey man, the Bestigors just living up to their name. Actually, Sotek, no, you needed a 10, because remember, you have to get within a half inch. And you have to be more than 9 inches away.
Yeah, more, so 9.1. If I get a 9-inch charge, that puts me 0.1 inches
Ah,
away.
that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you only need a 9. Though, I wonder... Okay. Combat phase. I'm going to start with the Bestigors, since your other guy can't attack.
Okay.
So they get a 3-inch pylon.
Yep.
And at the start of the combat phase, my Shaggoth is going to use all-out attack on the Bestigors,
Okay.
which will cost me a command point.
Okay.
Oh dear. Bestigors are scary on the charge, eesh.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're very
yeah.
scary on the charge.
Yeah.
Alright, so Bestigors, they normally have 2 attacks, but because they charge, they have 3 attacks.
Yep.
They have a 1-inch range, so a couple of them... Oh no, that one's in. That one's in. I think this one may be out. Nope, he's in. Okay, they're all in. So that's going to be 30 attacks.
31.
Oh, because they have a unit champ, that's right.
Yep.
Oh, they actually get an extra inch when they pile in because they have a banner carrier, but they're fine, so I'll just leave them. Oh, they can run in charge at the same turn.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I saw that. That's pretty scary.
Alright, so 30. 5, 10, 15, and then I'll just double that. Alright, so they need 3 or 4s to hit, but they reroll 1s. Oh wait.
Okay.
So I'll put the 1s off to the side. That's 2. Get rid of the 2s.
3.
1s. And get rid of the 3s.
That is a very solid roll.
Yep.
You forgot a 3 over here.
Alright, so those are the hits. And then they need 3s to wound.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17.
If you want, you can just roll those dice.
18 wounds.
Or if
Okay.
I'll count it really fast. So those are the wounds. It's -1 rend.
One, two, three, four,
What's your save?
5, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
11,
careful.
12.
there you go.
12 go through by my count.
So you normally have a 4-up save, so -1 puts you at a
5 up.
Ooh, man, that's a rough roll.
Yeah, 12 go through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 wounds.
No, I missed one.
I
That
believe
is-
that's the unit.
Yeah, that is the. Yeah, that is the unit. Turns out summoning's pretty good in a small warband scenario.
Somebody's pretty good always,
That is true. Yeah.
Especially the Beast of Chaos summoning, just because there's something super cheap. Alright, and then the Palindor cannot do anything because he got terrified.
Okay.
So then I will swing with the Shaggoth. He gets his 3 axe attacks, needing 3 3s. 2 hit. 2 wound at -1 rend.
Okay.
Which puts you at a 5-up save.
Yep.
How many wounds was that?
2.
Saves 1.
Yeah, he's dead. He only had 1 wound left.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Okay, so the
And I will add up my victory points.
I think Sotek controls every single objective at this moment.
I don't control the one on the far right, but I have 3, 6.
Didn't
7
you
plus-
start off controlling that one though with your Shaggoth?
No, because I moved away from it before I claimed it.
Okay.
So 3, 7 plus 5 is 12.
okay. So I am going to move the Lord of Quilor.
Okay.
It for the record and my sanity, it's Lord Aquilor. It means Lord Eagle.
Oh, it's
It's Latin.
Lord Aquilor. It's fine. Ignore foul. You can call it whatever you want.
I took Latin, okay?
Latin's a dead language, so it can suck my dick.
That's why I don't take Latin
I knew
anymore.
what it was actually called. I would also be annoyed.
Yeah. All fun fact, every Stormcast like title means something in Latin pretty much. So like it's like Lord Stars and so on and so forth. Lord Knights Hunter for the Knights of Ender and so on.
This is workshoppy.
Oh,
Yeah, they.
there you go.
Okay, so now he's going to charge.
Shoot first. Fire your lasers. Which, by the way, especially because you're playing a shooty heavy faction, there is a command ability called volley fire. That would be really, really good if you just got command to spend.
Oh, yeah. So I will use that.
Volley fire. You can use it on anyone within 12 inches of a friendly hero or 18 inches of your general, and it lets you reroll ones when rolling to hit with shooting attacks.
So I'm gonna use that one.
Okay.
I will reroll ones on my 4 attacks.
Okay. You want to shoot the Bray Shaman or the Chaos Spawn?
The Ray Shaman.
Okay. Fire away. Hit.
All hit. Yep.
Oof. Oof. Wounds. Any rend?
No rend.
Okay, so I get the double 6s. First roll. Nope. Second roll. Nope. I have 1 wound left.
Okay.
Now the moment. Can you charge? Wait, no. He has a. Doesn't he have a 2-inch range on one of his weapons? I don't know. But
No, he doesn't.
oh, then now the question is, can you roll high enough to charge around to the shaman?
Or you can just run over the chaos spawn. I mean,
That too.
if the chaos spawn's gone, I can't produce any more free wounds.
Okay, so let's roll the charge.
Okay. Anything higher than double ones, you're good.
Roll the 6.
Okay, so that'll get you to the chaos spawn, but it won't get you past him.
Yeah.
And make sure you're at least within 1 inch of the mystic wall. That way you'll get that 6-up that bonus.
Yeah. Thanks.
You got plenty of movement. You can park them anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Well, more to the right. Or my right. There you go. Good. Alright.
Okay. So, he is going to begin his attack. So he has.
Okay, if you want, you could use all-out attack. I know you've got some command points lying around still.
So I'm going to use all out attack.
Okay, or if you want, so the 3 that most people forget about because they're included in the General's Handbook, there's all-out attack, which is reroll 1s when rolling to hit. There's all-out defense, which is reroll 1s when rolling for saves.
Yeah.
And then there's reroll and volley fire, which is reroll 1s when shooting.
Cool. So he is going to attack with the Starbound Blade.
Okay. So
That
reroll
is-
1s.
Yeah. Oh.
So that was 2 hits, I think.
So that's 2 hits because it was a 4, 2, and a 1. Rerolled the 1.
Okay. So 3s to wound.
Two wounds.
All right. So I'm gonna have
No rend.
no.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Minus 1 rend.
Okay, so I'll have a 6-up and a 6-up. So for my save, I save 1, and then for the mystical terrain, nope. What's the damage?
2 damage.
Okay, I've got 2 wounds left.
Okay, so now the shock hand axe. It's 2 attacks.
Okay. Reroll the 1. Nice.
Okay. Two wounds, no rend.
Okay, so I got a 5-up and then the 6-up for the wall. So 5s. Nope. 6s. Ah, he's dead.
Yeah, it takes. Yeah. Okay. But I don't think I'm in range of the Bray shot, so.
Nope, but I am in range to pile in. So once
Okay.
you finish your attack, the Bray Shaman will pile in and swing.
Okay.
Even though he's absolutely awful at close combat, he's going to try his
Okay.
hardest.
I was about to say, you can
So
always
he is-
choose not to pile in.
Oh, I could stay 2 inches away because I have a 2-inch range. Alright, so I get 1 attack. I need 4s to hit.
Okay.
Nope, that went about as well as expected, so no. Alright, Battle Shock, nothing happens there, so now we roll off to see who gets the next turn.
Okay.
And you are not going to get any victory points this turn. I got a 1.
Got a 3.
Alright, so it's your turn. And we are
Okay.
on turn 4, and you generate another command point.
Yep. Going to try. I mean, it would be pretty sad if I couldn't, but I'm going to try to kill the.
Well, remember you're shooting first.
What?
Yeah, shooting is up first.
So shooting. Yes.
Pop me in the face.
Yeah. So 4 attacks.
Yeah.
3 hits. One wound, no rend.
Oh man, 6 and 6. Ah, saved it. Yep, kill me in combat.
Okay, so here goes the charge.
No, he's
Well,
still
you're-
in combat.
We're still in combat, so you just
Oh.
pilot.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. That.
Hello.
Okay. There you go. Okay. So, 3 attacks. Let's start. 2 hits.
Okay.
Two wounds. Neg 1 rend.
Okay, all I get is the 6 up wall.
This is damage 2, correct?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Down by the bird.
Royal victory.
No, that was the sword. The bird didn't even get to you.
Yeah, that was his fancy sword. Okay. I guess that's it.
All right.
Oh well.
Do you want to call it there, or do you want to keep going?
Let's see. I don't think there's much I'd be able to do, so.
It is, yeah, it is. I can tell you that at least objective-wise, it is physically impossible for you to do anything at this point.
Yeah. I just want to get that moral victory, killing the Brayshon.
Well, I will definitely make sure he feels it when I type up my report.
Yes, I will make sure to note in mind that. Oh no.
All right, man. Well, good game.
Good game.
Follower
Okay.
reward or
The only Falcon, you can turn off the recording whenever.
I do the rewards at the end of the video.
Oh,
So.
oh yeah, let's do that. That's
Yep.
the fun part.
Yeah, so. Are we rolling D3? Let's see. Let me just get my book out. So,
You can roll or pick, your choice.
Excuse me for a moment. Okay. After each battle, you can roll one of the 3. Okay, so first I won the battle. I get D3 glory points.
And it was a major victory, yes.
Yes.
So re-rolling results of 1.
Okay, so D3. 3. I'll keep it.
You are currently in the lead.
As it should be.
Until you inevitably, I've said that 3 times to 3 different victors, but they all immediately spend a glory point, so they are no longer in the lead.
Well, I mean, spending the glory point is far more fun than keeping it.
Yeah, this is true, but like every time it's all right. You've gotten 3. Now you're in the lead. Nope, you're back down to tied with everyone else.
Okay. So,
All right, so additional. I'm gonna randomize because I enjoy being random, and that's how I decided what Beastman Warband I was gonna run. So I will roll a D3 to see what kind of reward I get. I get a follower's reward. I'm going to reward my Jabberslythe
okay.
for being such a boss. Actually, let me read the follower reward. So this wouldn't be a waste of time.
Yeah, there can be some that are just like, nah, never worth taking.
Yeah, I'll roll the follower reward for my Jabberslythe. So a D6. Hope's Ruin, I think, or Hope's Bane is what he's called. He gets Favored of the Dark Gods. Once per battle in any phase, I can reroll failed save rolls for this unit until the end of that phase.
Okay.
Not that great on him because his armor kind of sucks, but I'll take it.
Okay, I think I'm going to roll because why not?
That is
Okay.
a follower.
Additional followers. Okay, so Let's see here. Okay. 5. So that will be 5 more Vanguard Hunters, and I'll decide if I'm going to make that 2 units or make that a unit of 10. What do you think about that?
Okay, now that the rewards have been determined, now I'm gonna kill the recording. Say goodbye to the internet, everyone.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.